Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advanced. We're covering the saga of Arjun Erigaisi when he played spectacular chess in the Olympiad, and this is one such game. This is India vs Hungary, and Arjun. We have already covered all of Gokesh's games, all of Divya's games, and this is Arjun's time now. Here, all of the games he played a spectacular. He got a spectacular result. He was able to get individual gold as well, and now this match is against Peter Prohaszka, and this is going to be one tough round. But let's see what Arjun is able to conjure with the white pieces. He goes for c4. We have e6, knight to c3, d5. We have d4, knight to f6, knight to f3, and just going for bishop to e7. We have c captures, e captures, and just bishop to f4. Just going for the Queen's Gambit decline. This is the exchange variation. We have knight to h5, bishop to d2, and just castles. So bishop to d2, a bit of a passive move, but if you want to preserve the bishop pair and go for an attack, you definitely need to do that. Here just e3. We have knight to f6 back, bishop to d3 now, knight bd7, and queen to c2 and c6 now. So everything is going on absolutely fine. You have developed the bishop pair. Most likely you'll be castling queenside, but in this position Arjun plays a spectacular move. He is the master of chaos after all. In this position he goes for g4, a beautiful pawn sacrifice in this position, and the thing is that you cannot even capture it. If you go for capturing this, then your position just completely collapses. First bishop captures on h7, just recapturing back the pawn. King needs to move, and here our first rook to g1. You cannot even go for a move like that because your knight would be hanging, and on top of that I can just go for bishop captures there as well. So here knight d to f6, protecting the knight but also going for this bishop, but here just bishop back to d3, and now here knight to h6, and it seems like your troubles are over, but not really. Here just h3, and if you dare to capture this, I mean I dare you, there is no way you can capture this because rook jumps in with tempo. I can castle queenside. If you play rook to e8, I just castle queenside. Rooks are connected. I have an open g file. You're not surviving this game. But here after g4 we have knight to e4, not going for any of that craziness, but now just comes h4, and Arjun is pushing those pawns towards the king side and starting an immediate attack. Here rook to e8 was played, but just g5 now in this position. F5 was played, and F5 is the best Indian move, but it's still not going to be enough because here just G captures on F6. We have knight D captures on F6, and in this position, if you decide to trade everything and go into an endgame, it doesn't favor you because the thing is that if you go for knight captures, first going for this knight captures, bishop captures, pawn captures, and it seems like you're winning a pawn, but you're just losing initiative because here after bishop to F6, you just go queen to C2, queen to D5. Now you have to trade queen to B3, pinning this, so you have to now force a black to trade or you trade itself. But here just an easy developing move. Queen captures, bishop captures. This is still pinned. You have to go for a move like rook to h3, and you can see that the bishop pair are very nicely placed, and most likely this game would still end in a draw, but you don't want to give the initiative back to black. But here after knight d to f6 we have knight to g5, and knight to g5 is the best Indian move. H6 was played, pushing the knight back, and the thing is that again you can go for this trade. Hey, knight g to e4, but after d captures, knight captures, it just knight captures, bishop captures, and bishop caps on h4, and castling queenside. It seems like you have amazing counterplay because you can get the rook into the game, you can have the bishop. So now this time it works, but again your king is a little bit weak. It's not that weak, but it's still a little bit weak. But again, the initiative is all with white, and white is the one going to be pushing, and white is the one who is better in this position completely, and in Arjun's hands it's going to be completely winning. But here after h6 we have knight c to e4, knight c captures on e4, and is it a little bit different from the line that I showed you? Well, not really, but the thing is that here just d captures was played. We have knight captures, bishop captures, and you can see that it's a little bit deviating from this. If you saw this one, you can understand this was the position here where you could just castle queenside and get the rook into the game. And now we have after this just capturing and going for this. You can still push for the same thing, but the thing is that just a little bit tempo short. Here just bishop to e6 was played, but just rook to g1, and now just going for bishop to f6, and here a queenside castle by Arjun. Now queen to e7, but just bishop to g6, attacking the rook. Rook needs to move, and where does the rook even go in this position? Rook e to d8 was played, but just bishop to c3, and now here a5. So black has managed to create some counterplay, and in that line here you had the complete initiative and you would have been able to push, but Arjun could not find it. But still he has much things he can do in this position. Here bishop to f5 was played, asking for a bishop trade, and you must be wondering, when you're going for an attack, your bishop was beautifully placed there, why ask for a trade in this position? Well, the thing is that this bishop is absolutely strong, and on the other hand this is also coming, so you have to be a little bit careful about your own king as well. Here Arjun's Here, Arjun's opponent decided not to trade the bishops. He goes for bishop captures on a2, but in this position there's a beautiful move here, rook to g6, and Arjun goes for it. And in this position, if you want to survive, you have to find just one move, which is just so difficult to find. And I mean, it took me a lot of while as well. I mean, you can just pause the video and try to find out the best move in this position, but I'll give you a couple of seconds. So congratulations to everyone who's able to find the best move. The move is a4, and a4 is such a dubious move because once you see it, it all makes sense. But other than that, it's very difficult to find this move. A rook d to g1 was played, but rook d to g1 would have been played. But after bishop to b3, attacking the queen, queen moves to e2, and a3 is the idea. And the thing is that you cannot allow a2 because then the promotion becomes inevitable, and you cannot do anything in this position. So here b caps on a3, but here after this very nice bishop to f7, attacking the rook. Now you have rook captures on h6 because this is very nicely pinned. But here in this position, just queen captures on a3, bishop blocks, and here queen to d6, and yeah, you have the initiative in this position with white. But the thing is that this is looking very scary. I mean, very scary. And that's what you have to understand. Somewhere along the line, the queen is going to be jumping in, the bishop needs to move, and this bishop is already eyeing, this bishop is already eyeing, queen is already very nicely placed, rook can get into the game. So you have to be very, very much worried about your own king in this position as well. But here after rook to g6, we have rook to f8, and rook to f8 just completely blunders this game. And here rook d to g1, just doubling up on the g file. We have king to h8, but now just comes e4, and Arjun is continuously pushing and putting on pressure, and this game is going to be in Arjun's hands now. Here rook to f7, but now just comes queen to d2, and yeah, this position is completely over because you can understand here there are a lot of tactics in this position. And here we have queen to f8, we have d5. Now finally c captures e, and now even going for e5, not even recapturing back here, just pushing the bishop away. Where does the bishop even go? Here just bishop caps on h4 was played, but now just comes even e6, and here rook to f6 was played. And there could have been a very nice tactic in this position. You could go for this line with queen captures on h6. I mean, it would lose significant amount of advantage that you have, but still it works because here after g captures you have e7, and here after bishop to g5 check. Now you go rook 1 captures on g5, h captures. Now you go for e caps on f8 with the queen, rook caps on f8, and after bishop to c2, you can understand that this position is going to be completely winning because this rook is completely pinned. It cannot move. This rook is eyeing this. So here after, if you play a move like g4, bishop captures, rook captures, rook captures, and yeah, this position is going to be completely in your hands. But here after this rook to f6, we have e7 immediately, and e7 immediately just completely wins the game for Arjun because here just queen captures on e7. But now I'm sure you all see it in this position. Arjun plays a beautiful queen sacrifice. He goes for this spectacular queen captures on h6. He goes for the line that I showed you. G captures was played, but now just comes a rook captures on h6. This rook is pinned. You cannot do anything, and there is nothing you can do. Queen to h7 was played, but here just going for this beautiful checkmate in this position. Rook captures on h7 with a checkmate, and checkmate did appear on the board. And Arjun was able to create this masterpiece against Hungary in just 34 moves. A brilliant game against Peter Prohaszka, and Arjun Erigaisi was able to get this spectacular win and a crucial point for his country, and was able to get this amazing masterpiece of a game created.